This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard, watching the Grunion Pro Magi. Little kids got naked and had lots of sex. Don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 70. My name is Adam. Today we're joined by Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
Doing alright.
And we're also joined by Mr. Ryan Holes. How are you, sir?
Hungover.
Hungover?
And I don't like it.
Nice. Alright.
Why do you keep drinking?
Because drinking, I'm under the assumption that it makes me healthy.
Oh, okay.
It does. It does.
Sure. Why not? What movie do we have you watch this week, sir?
Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. This is in honor of The Man of Steel coming out in theaters this Friday. This came out in 1987, directed by Sidney J. Fury?
Fury?
It stars Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, John Cryer, Margot Kidder, Mariel Hemingway, Jim Broadbent's in it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember seeing him in it, but okay. We have a synopsis here. The Man of Steel crusades for nuclear disarmament and meets Lex Luthor's latest creation, Nuclear Man.
Ooh.
Sounds exciting. We do have a trailer here. Let's give this thing a listen. This is Superman 4.
The countdown has begun.
Can we risk not launching?
The world is on the brink.
Prepare the counterattack.
And only one man can save us now.
What a scoop! Effective immediately, I'm going to rid our planet of all nuclear weapons.
But the greatest threat to Superman is Lex Luthor.
You risk worldwide nuclear war for your own personal financial gain.
Do you know what I can do with a single strand of Superman's hair?
You can make a toupee that flies.
Let's just keep your IQ a family secret, okay?
Okay.
He's created a being more powerful than the Man of Steel.
Well, smarter than I thought. You'll pierce his skin. Dance on his grave.
What are you doing back in Metropolis?
The dude of steel. Where are you gonna get it?
All right.
Did he say Dude of Steel?
Yeah, yep, he did. So, Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about... Go ahead.
By the way, that was John Cryer.
That
John Cryer?
that was 2.5 Men.
And he was absolutely terrible. He was an awful human being. But anyway, basically, well, I need to start off by saying I never saw a Superman movie. So I kind of didn't understand this a lot. I mean, I understood the basics, but it seemed pretty shitty to me. So I don't know if they're all terrible or if it's just this one. But this one's pretty fucking terrible.
Now, I did go ahead and watch this as well. I have seen the other Superman movies. I don't know if I ever saw this one or maybe just forgot, but this is by far the worst out of all of them.
So you've seen Superman, Superman 2, and Superman 3?
Yeah, years ago.
Okay.
Like it's one of those things where they all kind of blend together in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't. I know that Superman 3 was the one with Richard Pryor. Superman 2 was the one with Zod, and I liked all of them. I think.
I think I did.
I'm pretty sure
Not quite
1 and
sure.
2 are the best. I think I really enjoyed 1 and 2.
It's good. So Ryan you haven't seen any Superman movies at all?
Nah.
Did you even see the newest one?
Nope.
Okay.
His Superman, like, growing up, Superman wasn't really somebody else, more into, like, the X-Men. His Superman wasn't, and Batman. The Superman wasn't high on my list.
Yeah, I think that's probably common with most people of our generation, because really the Superman movies were before us. I think the first one
Yeah.
came out in like 78 or something.
Yeah, I don't think I've met a lot of people our age that are into Superman.
I think that the movies are good. I mean, especially like the first two, maybe even the first three were pretty ahead of their time as far as like the effects and stuff, but this one was a huge step back. I mean,
It felt like when I was watching it that it was like when I was watching Clash of the Titans, which was made 7 years before, but it was like the same voiceover. I'm pretty sure it was the same lady. The same effects, same terrible effects, I should say. It's just not the plot reminded me, but everything else reminded me of that.
so why don't you tell us a little bit about the plot?
Basically, Lex Luthor is in jail, and he's in a chain gang, and him and his cousin end up, I'm doing air quotes,
Nephew.
nephew, air quotes, killing police officers that are guarding the chain gang, and they escape, and Lex Luthor shoots a missile at the sun, which contains DNA from Superman, and when it hits the sun, then Nuclear Man is born, and they fight, and Superman wins, and it's the end of the movie.
Yep. I mean that pretty much sums it up. So
Wow.
he steals a piece of Superman's hair. There's this museum that has a piece of Superman's hair, and he steals it, and like Ryan said, launches it into the sun, and then there's this great scene where there's this like blob that comes out of the sun, and then you can see like the person forming. You know, it's like a what do you call it?
Zygote? Embryo?
Yeah, it's like an
Fetus?
embryo forming, and you see like the whole process of, you know, the fetus growing and stuff, and then it turns into a man fully clothed with cape and everything.
Yes.
And then he flies.
really long fingernails.
Yeah, he's got like
Super.
long witch hands.
And this is Nuclear Man.
Yeah, this is Nuclear Man, and he comes to Earth, and he has Lex Luthor's voice for some reason.
But it's not.
I think it's supposed to be Lex Luthor's spawn,
Yeah, it's something like
which
that.
makes no sense because the hair is from Superman, which also doesn't make sense because in the museum, the strand of hair is holding up a 1,000-pound weight with one strand of hair. And that was cool, except for the fact that Lex Luthor breaks the glass that it's in and cuts it with a bolt cutter. If you have a piece of hair, they can hold up 1,000 pounds. I don't think a bolt cutter will cut it.
No, I agree. Well, the Nuclear Man character's completely ridiculous. Like, he's designed to kill Superman for some reason, which is in and of itself hilarious. That Lex Luthor breaks out of prison. First thing he does, I want to kill Superman. Like, I mean, just let it go, dude.
Let's just move on.
And he's so nice to him. Lex Luthor's so cordial to Superman. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, you're dead. And Nuclear Man's rescued.
That's how Lex Luthor. That's how he rides. And then
that's what he does.
And then
that's his job.
I think that the tone of this movie, it's really goofy. Like, it's got this 80s comedy vibe to it, where everything is just so over the top and ridiculous that you just can't take any of it seriously. It's just, I don't understand what they were thinking. And John Cryer is completely horrendous in this movie. Like, you just hate him.
Yeah, he's an asshole. He's really annoying.
Yeah.
John
Really
Cryer? Annoying? No. That
Ducky.
can't be true. Are you serious? Duffy's annoying? Now, back to Nuclear Man for a second here, because I'm trying to understand this. So, he has the voice of Gene Hackman, but he's not played by Gene Hackman.
No, he's played by like some big model looking dude.
So, I have to ask, how is the dubbing done?
Horrible.
Is it atrocious? I would imagine that it's atrocious.
It's horrible.
Not good. It's not good at all.
Now, I want to talk to you, Ryan, about some of the abilities that Superman has in this movie. Because they're completely, I mean, they literally just make things up for him.
Yeah.
And things don't match. Like, 1 minute he can do something, the next minute he has a problem doing it. And it doesn't flow well.
So he's inconsistent in his results.
In his abilities.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that he can do in this movie that he can't do in anything else. None of the comic books. I don't think any of the other movies get into this, but there's a scene where Nuclear Man blows up a wall and Superman rebuilds the wall with his mind.
Okay.
So apparently he has telekinesis.
That kind of pissed me off.
And I love the goofy scene where there was a date between Superman and Lois Lane, and then the character of Mario Hemingway and Clark Kent. So there's this crazy situation that Clark gets himself into.
And at one
jeez.
point,
That's silly.
she takes off Clark Kent's glasses when he's Superman and puts them on, like, on her, like, hangs them on her dress. My question is, how do you not know that they're the same person?
Well, Ryan, I have an answer for you there. She does know that it's him, and he also has the ability to make her forget. They went over that in the other Superman movies, and they do it again in this one, where every time
it's like a Men in Black sort of.
yeah, like she'll realize that it's him, and then fall in love all over again, and then he kisses her and she forgets.
Oh.
He also uses his telekinesis to help him out in this crazy situation, and he makes the doorbell ring from from outside of the door.
Oh my god.
And I enjoy in that scene when it's like maybe 20 seconds and he rings the doorbell like 5 times. He just rings it over and over and over. Like, doesn't give him a chance to respond. He just keeps ringing.
That's how Superman rolls. I also wanted to mention that there is a scene of, I believe it's that same exact scene, or no, it might have been before that, where Superman is flying with Lois Lane, Margot Kidder, and he like makes her fly. Like, he lets her go and she's flying.
Yes.
And I don't know how that's possible.
She flies, and that's what I'm talking about, the continuity. She flies, and then the camera angle changes, and he has her arm around her, like flying with her. Like he can't fly.
It's ridiculous. And then the biggest thing of them all, there's a scene that involves Nuclear Man. For some reason, Nuclear Man goes to the Daily Planet and kidnaps Mariel Hemingway's character and flies her into space. And Superman comes and saves them in space.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, it's cool. I can breathe. I can yell.
I can totally survive in space.
Yeah.
There's wind.
You would think that she would just immediately die.
It'd be great if it was like scientifically
I don't
accurate, and
understand.
she just exploded.
I don't understand why. Like, why did he kidnap her? Why didn't he just fucking
So
shoot flames at her and burn her?
I don't know anything about Superman. Never into him. But I mean, what is Lex Luthor's problem with Superman? Like, what's going on here?
I think
Why
it's
is he
like
so obsessed with?
I think it's just like a rivalry. Like Lex Luthor's this like super rich, like power hungry villain, and Superman is constantly thwarting his attempts of world domination. And I guess after a few foiled attempts, he just decides, you know what, I'm just gonna take this guy out, and then I can focus on ruling the world.
I like that you use the word thwarting.
Thwarting.
And then, man, that's a pretty awesome word.
Yeah, you don't get to use that often.
No,
I enjoy that word.
I was happy to use it.
I think you only get to use it in the context of superhero movies. Really?
Pretty much, yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Rotten Tomatoes score just for fun. This has
2%.
no, it's like a, let's see what it has. It's got a
It's not higher, is it?
10.
10.
10%.
Who liked it?
Who liked it?
Who
Assholes.
who thought this was a good film?
Janet Maslin of the New York Times.
Oh God.
Steve Crum of the Dispatch Tribune.
What the
haven't-
fuck is
I haven't-
Dispatch or
It just says Dispatch-Tribune newspapers.
I have a feeling that these people don't work in the business anymore.
Oh, but it's also funny. Well, okay, first of all, Steve Crum reviewed this in December of 2006. So he's a little bit removed from it. And it also, on his little blurb says, disappointing to say the least, but at least it doesn't have Richard Pryor this time as its star. To me, that doesn't seem like a fresh review, but...
No, instead of Richard Pryor, fucking John Cryer's in it. It's better. Way to go, asshole.
The dude of steel.
The dude to steal. And I love how they do it, that Jimmy Olsen's in this, and he's just like, what a scoop! You hear that in the
He
trailer.
does that. There's some cheesy lines from that.
Oh, well, pretty much everything about it's cheesy. Just the whole thing where the whole point was for Superman to... He decides that he's gonna end this whole nuclear threat. So... For some reason, and this is, maybe you understand this, Ryan. So he comes out and he talks to the UN and he says, I'm going to get rid of all the nuclear weapons. Then all of a sudden they show a scene of him flying and like every country in the fucking world launching their nuclear missiles.
Yes.
And he catches them in space. And it's like,
all of them.
this is what I don't understand. Like, did he ask them, like, was that easier for him? Did he tell them to go ahead and launch them? Or were they all... was it just a coincidence that they all decided to launch their nuclear missiles at the same time?
Oh, I don't get it. I don't understand any of it.
Yeah, there was like... I didn't...
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, did he call all these countries up? He's like, hey, I'm working on getting rid of all of the nuclear weapons. Do me a favor. I'm going to fly out into space. And I say, probably in about 20 minutes, can you just go ahead and shoot all your nuclear missiles out to me? And I'm just going to catch them.
Yeah, I think that's...
And all the countries were like, yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what happened.
I think it's funny that the people in the UN, like, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but they directly control nuclear missiles being fired.
Well, I'm sure that they relayed the message back to their respective countries, and
all at the exact same time.
I just have a feeling that if this were real life and that Superman came down and said, look, this is what we're going to do, I doubt every country would be like, all right, why not?
I'd
Fair
be
enough.
pissed.
No, all the countries would be like, fuck
Superman
that.
and they shot him. I'd be like, what the fuck? I told you not to shoot them. And he did anyway you asked for.
Yeah.
This movie just sounds extremely silly for a Superman movie.
Oh, it's so
Is this
goofy.
It reminded me of not a huge, but it was made to make money, and that's it. To
yeah.
capitalize off of Superman.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think with the third one, maybe it started getting pretty goofy, but by this one, yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just completely ridiculous. Let's talk about the director, Sidney Fury. Fury. He's got a pretty decent filmography, meaning that he has a lot of movies that he directed, not necessarily.
No, we're not talking quality here.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Quantity, yes. Quality, no.
He did direct Iron Eagle 4, Iron Eagle 2.
I consider Iron Eagle 4 the best of the Iron Eagles.
I think so.
Easily.
I used to love the Iron Eagle movies when I was little. Are you guys familiar with that series?
I don't think so.
Louis Gossett Jr.
Louis Gossett.
All right, from now on, he's Louis Gossett Jr. I loved those movies.
Iron Eagle.
But it looks
Chappie Sinclair.
It looks like he only did 2 and 4, though. Or no, he did the first one. He did do the first one as well.
Who did the third one? Who did they let take over the reins for the third one?
Why did you be like, oh, you can do 1, 2, and 4, but not 3?
Well,
I'm actually not getting anything for Iron Eagle 3. All I have is 1, 2, and 4.
Well, part 3 got out of his hands, and it was probably a mess, and they were like, well, we got to bring Furry back.
Who's...
Because Superman was so awesome.
Yeah.
Superman 4.
He did direct a TV series called Pensacola Wings of Gold.
Oh, that sounds incredible.
I might have to...
Straight to Hulu to look that sucker up.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Please be playing.
I'm going to have to look at that.
What's this called? Pensacola.
Pensacola Wings of Gold. Set at Pensacola's famed Naval Air Station, Colonel Bill Kelly is the newly appointed leader.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hulu. They got it.
Do they?
They are all over it.
Pensacola
Wings of Gold.
I might have to watch that.
I am not.
No, you have to.
Nope.
James Brolin, Lieutenant Colonel Bill Kelly.
Nice.
They got all 22 episodes.
Sweet. Is that on Hulu Plus or regular Hulu?
That's on regular Hulu.
Nice.
That is a gift to mankind right there.
Yeah. Oh my. All right. You want to go ahead and get your drum roll here, Ryan?
Yeah. I could talk about this movie and how stupid it is up there.
Okay, please do.
Just break apart everything.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and give it to you. This is, what do you give Superman 4, The Quest for Peace?
3.
3 out of 10 on Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. I like saying the whole title.
Me too. Does he fulfill his quest for peace?
I think so.
Guess.
What's he do with all the nuclear weapons that he catches?
He throws them into the sun.
And they get more nuclear man spawns.
I was gonna say
in Superman 5.
Does that create any other super villains?
Nope.
No,
It's just they just disintegrate.
Okay.
I feel like what?
I feel like it would be a bad idea to gather up all of the world's nuclear weapons and throw them into the sun. Like, I feel like that might cause some serious problems. And I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Why is this called the Quest for Peace? Wouldn't everything be Quest for Peace when you're fighting a villain?
Yeah, you would think that technically every quest that Superman does is for peace.
But one could argue that he causes probably more destruction than he actually helps.
Maybe
I mean, if you look at it from a realistic standpoint.
But he can rebuild shit.
with his
With
mind.
his mind.
Yeah.
But he can only do that when everything comes into place. It's got to be the right
You know
weather,
what it
right time of
couldn't-
day.
All right. Any final thoughts on Superman 4, Ryan? The Quest for Peace.
Nope.
Are you gonna see Man of Steel?
I kind of like it. Looks kind of good.
I think it looks amazing.
Now, if I see that, should I watch the new first one or the first new one?
No,
Yeah. Good lord, no.
you don't have to.
Because that one was terrible as well.
Well, you
wasn't
know, a lot of people seem to like to hate on that one a lot. But I remember when I saw it. Now, I only saw it once, and it was in the theater. And I remember liking it, but, you know, it could be one of those things where if I rewatch it now, I'll just be like, ugh.
it? Absolutely hate it, yeah.
I don't remember, like, loving it, but I thought it was fine. But, all right. Well, I think that wraps it up. Any final words of wisdom, Ryan?
Don't even know. Don't know. I'm just gonna say no.
Okay.
Don't do it.
For all the latest film news and reviews, visit us at filmpulse.net. We want to hear your feedback. Send us an email, feedback@filmpulse.net. Follow us on Twitter @filmpulsenet. And be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
And I'm Ryan.
And we will see you on Monday.
See you later.
Give it the old,
God damn it.
uh
Hello.